You can only compete in toddler beauty pageants for so long. So what happens to the kids from Toddlers and Tiaras after their tiaras come off? Stay tuned to see what the cast is up to today. Do you want to be a DIY expert? Check out our friends at Crafty Hackers. They have the best hacks, crafts, and everything DIY. Watch their videos for the best household tricks, DIY decor, and fashion tips. If you like to make your own clothes or just have fun with crafts, they have everything you're looking for. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome hacks and crafts. Eden Wood. We first met the adorable Eden Wood back in 2009 on Toddlers and Tiaras when she was only 4 years old. 2 years later, in 2011, she retired at the ripe old age of 6, after taking home over 300 pageant titles. For the most part, she's concentrating on being a student, although she is a cheerleader at her school. It may not surprise you that this crowd favorite hasn't given up on the stage entirely. Recently, she appeared on stage during a Wanda Beauchamp show. Beauchamp designs high-fashion clothing intended for young girls, so Wood was the perfect model for this incredible collection. She even got to take a bow with the designer during the closing of the show. She admits that she misses being on stage in front of an audience, but isn't sure if she'll ever return to the world of beauty pageants. She's interested in attending college at Harvard, getting into fashion design, acting, singing, and maybe even becoming president someday. That's quite the bucket list of future accomplishments. Thankfully, she is still young enough to have plenty of time to narrow things down in the future. Alana Thompson. Alana, better known by her nickname Honey Boo Boo, became such a fan favorite that she soon got her very own show. We sometimes forget we first met Alana Thompson on Toddlers and Tiaras. However, it wouldn't last. Her mother, June Shannon, best known as Mama June, allegedly began a relationship with Mark Anthony McDaniel, a man with a criminal record. Because of the ensuing controversy, the show was canceled, and TLC refused to even air the remaining season. But that wasn't the end of Honey Boo Boo. In fact, she's admitted that although she was a bit disappointed that her show was canceled, ultimately she felt relieved. Growing up is tough, but even more so when your every move is being filmed and broadcast. However, she did release a song and music video since then called Movin' Up. She sings along with her sister, Lauren Shannon, also known as Pumpkin, and of course Mama June and Sugar Bear make cameos as well. But it looks like for the most part, she's enjoying living a quiet life. She admits to having a boyfriend, as well as a huge crush on actor Zac Efron. All in all, it seems like she's having a blast being a typical girl for now. Madison Berg. Madison Berg, best known as Tootie, was older than the rest of the children on Toddlers and Tiaras. She quickly earned a bit of a reputation for being a diva, but it's difficult to be too hard on someone called Tootie. If you're wondering if she's still competing, the answer is a resounding yes. In 2017, she was crowned Miss Mississippi Teen United States. She's also going strong on social media, posting tons of modeling shots, and it looks like she's waiting to be discovered. Tootie always had plenty of talent and sass to spare on the runway. On the show, she claimed that she felt as if she was two people, Tootie the pageant queen and Madison the regular girl. Well, it seems that she's still doing it all. She's a student at Belhaven University, located in Jacksonville, Mississippi. We have a feeling that despite her studies and extracurricular activities, there's no way she's going to stop competing in pageants. We fully expect her to be competing for the title of Miss America someday in the future. Paisley Scott Dickey. Paisley Scott Dickey, or Peppermint Paisley, was one of the more controversial characters on Toddlers and Tiaras. Child beauty pageants are pretty polarizing in general, but they became more so when little Paisley showed up in the costume her mother made for her. She dressed up as Julia Roberts' character in Pretty Woman, who works as an escort. Her mother doubled down and claimed that the costume was funny and she hadn't done anything wrong. Apparently, this bump in the road wasn't enough to slow down Paisley's career. Even though she's still a child, she's had small but steady roles in various projects, such as an appearance on Fox's Red Band Society. She's even been in some horror films, including Exeter and Beacon Point. When she isn't performing, she loves to sing, model, and practice ballet. We aren't sure if Paisley will ever return to the pageant circuit, but she certainly isn't lacking for projects at the moment, from modeling to acting to singing. It seems like Paisley can do anything she puts her mind to. The Tiara Twins. Sisters Alessandra and Giovanna Lyerly were better known as the Tiara Twins when they appeared on Toddlers and Tiaras. They quickly became fan favorites, which must have pleased their mother, who spared no expense on her daughter's pageants. Kelly Lyerly claims that she spent about $1 million to make her daughters pros on the pageant circuit. This includes their tour bus, race car trailer, a bodyguard, and a 13,000 square square-foot practice building complete with a stage. So how is that investment paying off for Kelly and the girls now? Alessandra is enjoying her times behind the scenes and creating her own line of clothing. Giovanna is concentrating her efforts in front of the camera for now. And of course, she's still competing in beauty pageants. She was even crowned Little Miss South Carolina, United States. We wonder how Alessandra feels about this, coupled with the fact that her mother once stated that she thinks Giovanna is the prettier of the two girls. Hopefully, these two have as much time to enjoy their childhoods as they do cultivating their careers. Isabella Barrett. Let's just say that Isabella Barrett is doing all right since leaving Toddlers and Tiaras. During her time doing pageants, she won 55 crowns and 85 titles. That's great and all, but it kind of pales in comparison to making your first million at age 6. So how did she do it? She started 2 businesses, a fashion line, and a jewelry company. They're called Glitzy Girl and Bound by the Crown Couture, and she designs and puts together photo shoots for both companies. According to her mother, she's accumulated about $1.9 million in cash, but many more in assets. She estimates that Isabella is currently worth several $1,000,000. However, when asked if she'd rather be rich or famous, Isabella stated that she'd prefer to be famous since she loves making friends and meeting new people. She's also become a part of Get Made Global, which sounds like a children's version of Shark Tank. Kids who want to start their own companies will submit proposals, and Isabella will determine whether or not to invest. She hopes that she can help create the next generation of entrepreneurs. Modeling and performing are very much still parts of her life. She's appeared at New York Fashion Week and has even started a singing career by recording several songs. Destiny Christian. It seems like it doesn't take much to send Nancy Grace on a screaming tirade, and little Destiny Christian found that out the hard way. During one competition, Destiny dressed up as Sandy from Grease, donning a leather jacket. Her mother, Lisa Christian, decided that the routine needed a finishing touch: a cigarette. Well, a candy cigarette, obviously, but audiences were still outraged. Nancy Grace flipped her lid at the pageant mom, accusing her of being a bad influence on her young daughter. Lisa argued that Destiny knows right from wrong, and the candy cigarette was nothing more than a prop used to set the scene for the pageant. So what has happened to Destiny since then? Did she drop out of kindergarten and take up smoking? Sorry to disappoint with the lack of scandals, but Destiny is still a regular kid. She's happiest when she's performing on stage, and is still pursuing modeling, dancing, and singing. And she's still doing pageants as well. In 2017, she was crowned Miss Preteen Pittsburgh, Alaska Matthews. Some pageant moms spend huge sums of money and rearrange their lives to support their children. Then there's the mom of Alaska Matthews, who couldn't get out of her own way. At first, Lori Matthews came under fire for bleaching Alaska's teeth when she was only 8 years old. Since that cosmetic procedure went over so well, she then tried to dye her daughter's eyelashes. Needless to say, that didn't go over well with her daughter, or with people watching the show. She even got the warning that you're parenting wrong by being summoned to the Dr. Phil show. A lot of people were concerned about Alaska, but don't worry, she and her eyelashes are safe, for now at least. When she isn't modeling or competing in pageants, she is working on recording her very first solo album. Alaska also competed in the Feast of the Flowering Moon Teen Queen competition in 2017. Of course, just like other teens, she enjoys a wide variety of activities, including cheerleading and drama club. Laci May Mason. Laci May Mason made headlines when she joined the cast of Toddlers and Tiaras. She'd been competing in pageants since she was 14 months old, but this was her biggest challenge yet. When she appeared on the show, Laci May was 8 years old, but looked to be much younger. That's because she has achondroplasia, which is the most common type of dwarfism. Carrie-Ann Mason started entering her daughter in pageants to prove that she is beautiful and improve her self-esteem. According to Carrie-Ann, pageants have turned her daughter into the confident and courageous girl that she is today. Now that she's a teenager, Laci May has started to give back to the community. She's launched Piece by Piece, which is a dwarfism awareness and anti-bullying group. Because of her anti-bullying campaign, Laci May was honored by the Genesis Foundation for Children. This foundation helps children with disabilities and rare diseases reach their full potential. And in addition to fighting bullying and raising awareness, she's still competing in pageants. Let's just say that she's added plenty of crowns to her collection since Toddlers and Tiaras. Sarah Elizabeth Anderson. When it comes to the moms on Toddlers and Tiaras, some of them can be a little bit intense, but the mother of Sarah Elizabeth, or Celise Anderson, always seemed to be a bit more grounded than most. She claims that she listened when Celise was old enough to form her own opinions. She claims that many pageant parents are doing it for the wrong reasons, and push their children to be famous in the way they wish they were. That freedom is important, and it's led Celise to great places ever since her time on the show. She's doing a stupendous job with her studies, and is taking all AP or pre-AP classes. Although she still loves the stage, for now, pageants have taken a back seat to her passion for singing and dancing. She even has her own YouTube channel where fans can check out her latest songs. Who was your favorite contestant on Toddlers and Tiaras? And has that changed? Let us know in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe for more from the taco. Thanks for watching!